with governments getting more and more authoritarian, even more than they were last year, then it becomes more and more important that we do what we need to do in order to protect our privacy and our individuality and our autonomy. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Crypto, got a hardware wallet to keep your crypto safe? Then you have to have one of these to keep your seed phrase safe. The Keystone tablet is fireproof, waterproof. You can use it to store 12-word, 18-word, 15-word, 24-word seed phrases. It comes with a full set of letters and everything you need to make sure that your seed phrase never gets destroyed or disappeared. Get one, get two, get three, have multiple copies. Use my affiliate link in the description below. Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I am joined by Freqnik. He is one of the team at MathNodes, and they are one of the team that are developing the Sentinel decentralized VPN. Now, before I introduce him, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, join my official Telegram announcements channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, come over to ODYSEE or ThreeSpeak. These are decentralized platforms, and the links are just above my head. Support my work there. And this is a really, really good time to start getting into crypto if you haven't already, because things are on the up, aren't they, Freqnik?
Yeah, it's looking a lot better than it was about a month ago, 2 months ago, so we're getting there. But thanks for having me back. I'm happy to be here and discussing the progress on the Sentinel network. So
yes, no, thank you. And I know a lot has been happening since you were last on, and I've been covering and following Sentinels since, I don't know, ages ago. I think since the last bear market. And what Sentinel offers, so I'll say, and if there's anything missing, you add it, right? Because I think it's a really great project. A decentralized virtual private network. So a virtual private network ensures that the information going in and out of my computer is encrypted, so it can't be intercepted and read. And a decentralized one means that there's no central point of control. Lots of nodes all over the world which encrypt and reroute the traffic going in and out of my computer. And with Sentinel, the token is DVPN. I can earn passive income by staking it within my Kepler wallet because it's part of the Cosmos ecosystem. And also, I can earn income by providing my bandwidth to the decentralized network for traffic to be routed. And then I can use DVPN plus other cryptocurrencies to pay for the DVPN service. Did that cover it?
yeah, so in your traditional model of a centralized VPN, it's probably right to assume that they're collecting data on you because they can make money off that, and also probably to cover their ass in case the government sends a warrant for information on their servers. So it's a good assumption to make that centralized VPNs are logging your connections because it's not a multi-hop most of the time, meaning there isn't multiple transition nodes. It's usually you connect to one node and that's considered an exit node to the rest of the internet. Whereas in Sentinel, it's decentralized, so it's community ran. So the likelihood that these nodes are compromised is much greater reduced than a centralized VPN. So you have more surety that your communication is private. And like you said, you can earn passive income by setting up a node. And there's been a lot of development on Sentinel since we last talked 2 months ago. We initially talked about the free app-based VPN, and that has got some upgrades. But there's a new one that's geared towards the Middle Eastern community. It's a Turkish name. It's called Bagimziz. I'm probably messing that up, but it means the literal translation is independence in Turkish.
Right.
So it's really cool. It works really well. I'm going to demonstrate it here in a little while too, and we can see how easy it is to use. But that's also a free one. So there's an underlying wallet that you never see, and it uses a nice little module of Cosmos, because Sentinel's in the Cosmos ecosystem, where so if any transaction you make on a blockchain, there's a fee associated with it, right? So
Yeah,
in Cosmos, it's very minuscule, and in Bitcoin, it's pretty dang high right now because all the traffic on the Bitcoin network. But so the app actually does what's called a fee grant. So there's a wallet that's hosted by the app provider that pays for the fees. So there's no need for crypto, and the wallet's all in the background, and it's a completely free app for iOS and Android.
that's amazing. That is amazing. I mean, some of the stuff coming out of the Cosmos ecosystem is just incredible. And I think DVPN is pretty incredible because one thing I forgot to say, which I got reminded of when you were saying about this new app, uh, this Turkish app. I'm not even going to try the name right, and I'll have all the links in the description below, and people can download it and try it out. Which is that DVPN. Sentinel is actually a blockchain that lots of different projects can white label. They can create their own sort of versions of the DVPN network, DVPN applications.
Yeah, so a white label is basically any app developer that comes along. So it's a permissionless development network, and it's decentralized. So I'm part of my company's math nodes, and our app is Mela, and so it's a desktop app for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. And then there's Solar, which is us and Linux and Mac, and then there's the other Android and iOS as well. So I think there's right now three companies or organizations that are building on Sentinel, and then there is a fourth one that's starting up. It's called Atom VPN, and so kind of when you think of it, it kind of competes with Proton VPN, right?
Hmm.
So you have Atom and Proton. So Atom will be a non-custodial wallet-based mobile app, and you'll be able to pay on a subscription tier. So you subscribe and you get 250 nodes, and you pay $5 a month in Atom, and you get complete unlimited bandwidth.
Wow.
So because we rolled out a subscription plan back in August, and so this allows for people like Math Nodes created a provider, and we have subscription plans which we will be rolling out in our app later this year. And so it allows for like the traditional kind of VPN setup where you pay a fixed amount per month and you get unlimited access. So before we had bandwidth, pay per gigabyte, and that's actually the cheapest way to use Sentinel is by paying through gigabyte. But it's not user friendly to the mass market because they can't. It's just you ask somebody to pay for gigabyte, and they're like, "What does that mean?" Like let me just pay $5 a month. So
That's amazing. Well, a couple of things that strike me from what you said there. One is that the way that it's set up, that people can white label it, is just an incredibly powerful structure for innovation. In the way that I think of all the different extensions that, say, Firefox has, because that's decentralized. Anybody can build on Firefox using, whatever it is, Mozilla and stuff like that. And compared to Internet Explorer, which has much, much fewer extensions because it's centralized. So then here we have a decentralized open source blockchain protocol for VPNs that anybody can come along and say, look, I've got this idea how to make VPN even better. I'll build an application, white label it, and then off I go.
yeah, exactly. And not only that, it creates a much stronger censorship resistant network because you don't have a central app that could be, blocked by the firewall of China or by Iran. Iran has been doing a lot of packet filtering since the kind of uprising that happened earlier this year, last year.
Right. Yeah.
But
So they can't be hacked. They're not so easy to hack because it's decentralized. It can't be captured by regulators because it's decentralized. And because it's decentralized, then the information's split everywhere. So there's no central access points and the one point of weakness like there would
exactly,
be in
yeah,
centralized VPN.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So these different applications that they work in jurisdictions like Iran and other places where they're banning VPNs.
Yeah, so the one Begimzes, I think that's how you pronounce it. That it was designed to work in Iran. Like we have a on Telegram we have an Iranian Telegram chat, and there's quite a number of members in there, and so this was designed to work for specifically to get around that censorship in those countries.
That's very good. Well, I have a little account of a VPN, little personal share. So Telegram was banned in Pakistan. I don't know if it still is. And so before I go to Pakistan, I remove Telegram from my devices, and then I get there, and then I run up my VPN, and then I can install Telegram.
Yeah, so
Telegram.
we had a lot of when I was testing the protocol that we launched in February called V2 Ray, I was testing it with people from Iran. So I had about 3 or 4 testers, and I was setting up my own nodes, and they were able to connect through my V2 Ray node that I set up, and they were able to connect to Telegram. So they were using a specific VPN before. Like there's some that have kind of flown through the radar over there that they haven't got a hold of. And so that's how they were communicating with me. And then they were able to use my nodes to access the broader internet. So then it got launched on the Sentinel blockchain a few months later, back in February this year.
Right. And you remind, this is great because you're just triggering ideas for me, and I hope I'm doing that for you. But in France has banned Rumble. You can't get rumble.com in France, and most of Europe, including the UK, have banned rt.com, because obviously we're not allowed to have information that the establishment doesn't want us to have. But using
Right.
VPN, using Mathnode's VPN or SolarLab's VPN, allows people in those jurisdictions to access those websites should they wish to do so.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, is making it a global centric. If I want to see what another country is writing about my country, because more than likely my country is not. They have probably an agenda, I would assume,
Mm,
and so what is the objective viewpoint on the politics going on in my country, and if that's banned by certain ISPs or firewalls, then it's really good to have those tools to be able to understand the geopolitical atmosphere that we live in.
yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Freqnik. Okay, so there's been loads and loads of happening. Let's rattle through what has been going on.
Okay, yeah, let me do a screen share, and we'll just do a quick. I got about 4 or 5 tabs, and we'll do we'll see what we can do with this. Let's
Cool.
see, desktop 2. Okay, so do you see this here?
Yeah.
This is the Turkish VPN. I'll just say it's a Turkish VPN because it's easier to pronounce than the word. So it's all in Turkish here. And so you can download the APK for Android, and it is also available for in the App Store. So if we want to take a look at it, do you see my phone now?
Yep.
Okay, so this is my phone. I got it connected to my computer. This is the app. I have not launched it yet, so we'll just do. And I can even connect to the VPN because it's through my phone. It's not going to interrupt our.
Really decentralized VPN. Now, this will work in any jurisdiction, right? Doesn't necessarily have
Yeah,
to be
we
Turkey.
have members from China reporting that it works. We have members from Iran. We don't, the South American community is mostly Brazil. I don't see too many other ones. Maybe it would be nice to get some impact from like Venezuela or something, but I haven't come across anybody reaching out to them there. So just like all the apps on Sentinel, nobody stores any data or monitors or anything. That's kind of the whole point. So it says preparing your account. So basically, in the background, it's creating an abstraction to the wallet, because all blockchains need wallets to access the blockchain, right?
Mhm.
So this is where I'm currently am, and then you have your settings. So DNS server. So what's really cool about the Sentinel network is it uses Handshake, which is a decentralized DNS resolver. So anybody can run this DNS resolver, and they have their own specific top level domains too in Handshake. So you can access those when you're connected to a network. So let's see. Let's just test it out and see what happens. So here's the different countries that nodes are in. So I mean, I don't even think you get this selection with centralized VPNs. This is a lot of countries.
Yeah.
So we'll pick one that we'll go to
Because
Ecuador.
a centralized VPN would have to pay for servers in particular different locations and then make sure those servers meet regulatory requirements. But with a decentralized VPN, then people can just set it up on their laptop.
Yeah, they can set it. Yeah, and that's one of the things I want to cover. Is there was a program called Node Spawner that was written by a community member that allows people to set up a node on their computer, and it's very user friendly. So
Ooh,
I was just going to show the link to that, and then so we'll try Ecuador here. So
okay.
Quito, Ecuador is nice because they have no extradition laws to the U.S. So
Same with Russia, by the way.
yeah, so we'll see if it connects here. It says may take up to 30 seconds. Sometimes it's pretty fast. I didn't connect. We'll try again.
No, why wouldn't it connect? Because of
Honestly, so there's a lot of load on the network right now, and
Mhm.
so it's funny. I tested this one earlier. See, it connected this time. Okay,
Okay,
so now this is my IP address, and that shows where I am, Quito, and this is the IP address. So I'm connected to Quito, Ecuador, right now. So sometimes, to answer your question, sometimes there's a lot of the nodes are like a centralized VPN pays like $3,000 a month for their servers because they
mm,
have to have a lot of traffic on them. So the decentralized, if you're running on your home computer, that's not a an Amazon or a Ryzen Threadripper or anything like that. That's somebody's home computer. There's resources that take up, and since the launch of these apps, we're having like 70, 80 concurrent peers to each node. So nodes are making a lot of money right now. Revenue on Sentinel has hit all-time highs every week for the past 4 weeks since the launch of these apps. So sometimes it doesn't connect, and you could just retry it, and then or just try another country, and you'll definitely have success. So
right.
basically, the idea is that the node runner has to restart um, the node software. So if they notice connection errors, but
Sure. And one of the ways to check this, right? People may, you start running a VPN. So, if you were to open a web page in now, it would be routed through Ecuador, so it might show up in Spanish.
yeah. So here I'll see. We'll just. Oh yeah, that's right. It's on my phone. I have to go on my phone if I want. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was
Well,
on my computer.
yeah, people will get the idea. I think that's fair enough,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So the other one was based
Yeah.
VPN. So this one received some apps. You can. This is these are same company, both free decentralized VPNs, and you can download the APK there. The third one is Solar. So
Now,
this one's
hold on a second. If you go back to based, because
yeah.
there is a point of weakness here, but there is a workaround. So that's available on Google Play, but Google Play is centralized.
Yeah, so that's why you can download the APK file.
Okay, now explain the APK file.
So that's just it's like a bundle, like an install package, akin to a Microsoft install package. When you download something on Windows, it has the installer program.
Yeah,
So an APK is the same thing, just on Android. It's
right.
just that's the format for Android. So this allows people to, if they don't want to get it on Google Play and have their downloads tracked, then you can just download the file and double click it, and it'll install just like any other app.
Yeah, yeah, that was the workaround. Now, is there a similar workaround for the App Store?
So, I have not developed on iOS. I'm familiar with the Swift language, but I do not know the process of getting apps to Apple through the App Store. Like, I swear I could have read something that there's a way, but
Right.
it's convoluted, and yeah,
No problem.
I'm sure they try to make it that way.
No problem. No problem. Okay.
But so the other one is Solar. So this one's available on desktop Linux and OS X, and also Android and iOS. So this one, it has an advanced mode, so it has your non-custodial wallet, and then it has a subscription mode as well. So you pay a fixed rate, and you get all different nodes that you can connect to. And this one works really well. This is the one I use because I liked paying in DVPN for gigabyte access. So I do use the Turkish one now and then, but this is the one I usually go to on my phones. So
Right.
and
And
then
this one is older as well, right?
yeah, so Solar and math nodes are pretty much the OGs. Besides, there was one Exedio when Sentinel first launched on Cosmos, but they've parted ways,
Mhm.
so their apps don't work anymore. So Solar is an OG, and math nodes. My team is also kind of an OG on the Sentinel network. So this is mine. This is called Mela, and this is available for Windows, Mac OS, all these different operating systems, and it's completely open sourced. It's also available through a pip package, which is Python installer. So you can just run a command and install it with a Python interpreter.
Okay.
So,
Now,
um,
why would somebody use, or what's the difference between the Solar and the Mela?
it's just the different functionalities. So Solar, the app, it's more geared towards subscription models,
Mhm.
whereas Mail is more geared towards um, purchasing hourly subscriptions. So you can purchase a node for 24 hours, which is like 15 cents or 10
Right.
cents,
Right.
or you can purchase for 50 gigabytes. And we are rolling out a subscription model tier where you'll be able to pay in Bitcoin, Monero, Dash, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, and also we're adding Pirate Chain as well. So,
Yes.
so yes, I just got in a conversation on the Pirate Chain chat today about that, and I posted a little screenshot. I had one of my developers develop the subscription interface for that. So we're hoping to get that out. The holidays are coming around, so probably be really early beginning of next year with the subscription model. And so we have the server set up to handle the invoicing of those coins. So that'll be really cool.
And also people can pay with fiat, if I remember, with Mela as well.
Yes. Yeah. So we have a gateway. So actually so we have this gateway. You can purchase coins, and you can see it doesn't ask for name or anything like that. So it's a non KYC gateway. You purchase small amounts of secret DVPN or dissenter tokens, which all can be used to purchase bandwidth or hourly subscriptions in our app.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are the
Understood.
apps now, and then the other things I wanted to quickly cover is that Sentinel, besides them launching their flagship app, which they're going to be doing either the end of this month or beginning of next month, they've also updated the stats page. So this is really cool. We hit the 50,000 plus unique users over the Cosmos ecosystem, and it shows users online, DVPN. So there's almost 3,000 nodes online. That's a large selection of nodes to choose from when you're selecting apps. So it shows active nodes. So constant growth, as you can see.
Wow.
Unique users.
Can
We
you
had a
show the chart over the year, active nodes?
yeah. So I think this is. Let's see. Oh, I think this is by year. Yeah, this is by year. So I can do
Oh,
by day.
okay. Yeah,
So
that's
it
better.
goes. We launched. They're doing from the date of three. Is it? Oh, January 31st, 2022, all the way up to now.
Wow. That really
So I
has.
mean, yeah, lots of active growth and unique users. You could see during the grueling parts of the bear market, there wasn't many unique users coming along saying, "What's this?" And as the market started shaping up, people get more interested. Just it's natural psychology.
Yeah.
But shows data consumed, sessions, and then the revenue. This one I put by week. As you can see, the revenue is just going through the roof here.
So this
There
is
was
earned by all the nodes that are providing bandwidth to the Sentinel network.
so this past week, all the nodes. So there's what 2,931. Not necessarily exactly that many because some could have just launched, but they've earned over 3.3 million DVPN in the last week. So
Just looking from the charts, that's a significant increase over what it was doing a few weeks ago.
yeah, because we rolled out the subscription plans. That's a big incentive for node hosts because it's guaranteed payment if they get enrolled in a subscription plan. So you can, if you're a node host, you can lobby the white labels to enroll you in a subscription plan because we choose the nodes based on quality of service. So we have rankings.
Mhm.
MathNodes has a thing called the node formula where we developed a math equation to rank the quality of service of nodes based on a 0 to 100 scale. So we pick the nodes 80 to 100, and that's how our subscription plan goes. So the factors are based off of user submitted ratings, which you can do in Mela, uptime percent, days online, and then something called ASN, which is your ISP. So if it's residential, you get scored higher because those are primo candidates for nodes. because residential is definitely a high end, I mean, they have a really good IP score. All IP addresses are scored on a like centralized networks, and so that's how they know if you're connected to a data center or a business ISP or a residential node.
Right. Okay. And a subscription, how much per month, roughly in dollars?
Like for a subscription plan,
Yeah,
so $5 a month
that's
for
nothing.
unlimited bandwidth. Yeah. So the goal is to be competitive with centralized VPNs, which are usually about $5 to $7 a month. I use a centralized VPN on my router because we don't have Sentinel access on open routers yet. So once we roll that out, then I'll switch over. But I pay $10 a month. So
Right. Okay. Okay. And what else?
we got this is the Sentinel stats, and then Math Notes. We have our own dashboard that people can log into for free. So this is a node leaderboard. So this shows the different nodes and the total hours that people have subscribed to those nodes. So
Oh,
it's ranked. So it's really cool. So you have you kind of know if you're a node hoster how to be competitive and advertise your node or so these are the monikers, the names of the nodes, and then it's ranked by hours. And there's a bunch of other stuff too. Allocated bandwidth. How this node people allocated 686 gigabytes to. So
wow.
this is
Okay.
Yeah, and we have other stuff in here, the different deposit amounts. So this is all available on. You can go to mathnodes.com and click on the analytics tab, and you can register for this. It's free. You can give a fake name. We just need the service requires a first and last name to register an account. So just type in a fake name. People do it all the time,
Right.
and this shows this shows the node leaderboard by subscriptions by country. So United States has the most nodes, so that's why they have the most subscriptions for that country. And then there's Germany, Australia, and then United Kingdom. So there you go. You're
Okay.
number 4.
Very good. And CoinSpotter. Have you got CoinSpotter up?
What's CoinSpotter?
Was it you said they've launched a website that allows you to run a node on your desktop or your laptop?
Oh, Node Spawner. Yeah, Node
No,
Spawner. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, we
Node
Math
Spooner.
Notes. Yeah, Node Spawner. So this I wrote. It's written by he's a actual TKD Alex. He's a Mela contributor and a Math Notes contributor. He's part of our dev team.
Right.
So we pay him, and he developed Node Spawner on his own time, and this is really cool. So we wrote a little blog article about it. You can find it on mathnodes.com. But basically, this is it. Your host, you can type in your local host, which is your home computer,
Mhm.
and you can connect to it, and it shows the configuration. It shows Docker installed, and then it shows these are your configuration parameters. So there's a little bit to know, and I'm about to get to a better documentation, but this shows that it's running, and this shows the log of the node. So it's really cool. It's really easy to use. It's point and click. You have to understand these parameters here,
But
which
but is it like a step-by-step instruction process that I could easily copy? I'm not a coder or anything, so if I wanted to
yes.
do it
So
on my
you
laptop,
can fill it there's already predefined um, variables here, so they're already filled in. But you just look at each one, and like the moniker down here, you probably want to change it to something unique for yourself, right?
mm,
So that one you want to change. But uh, we just give an overview in this article and some screenshots. And then the final contribution was by a validator called Trinity Validator, and he got the best document page set up. So this is where you can find it. It's docs.sentinel.co. Sentinel was always lacking in documentation, and so it's a very important. It's very time consuming. Most devs do not like to do documentation because it's a very time consuming thing. Like we'd rather be writing code to
yeah,
better the apps or whatever, But he has taken the time to write all these different documentations about every aspect of running a node, and he's got Node Spawner in there. I think Node Spawner. So documentation on it's a beautiful website. He did an
okay.
amazing job with this, and so if always unsure, RTFM, right? Read the fucking manual.
Yes, okay. Yes, RTFM, must remember that one. Yeah, read the manual. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes, for people like the not coders or whatever, it's like it all swims together. It's like the room starts spinning. I don't know what is up and what is down, and
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you just got to spend time with anything
yeah,
to, there is a learning curve. And as long as you just don't get too, I had a professor once say, because I studied math, he said, everybody in mathematics gets frustrated doing math problems. You get really frustrated but that's a good sign. That means you're onto something.
yeah.
So when you feel that frustration, work through it. He always said, work through it. And so that's, of course, I get frustrated all the time with all the stuff that I do. And so it's just, you got to remain calm and work through it, and then just follow your nose. So
That's where the growth and the development is as well. But do you know, I don't know when DVPN launched, but I think it was before 2018, and it's
I think it was end of 2017 or early 2018. I think
right,
on
right.
Ethereum initially, but
Yes, yes,
they launched. They had a mobile app that got over 1 million downloads. It was a free DVPN, but I don't think they had the growth that we have now. We have a lot more developers. We have a lot more apps, and we have a full suite between all the developers. We have a full suite of apps now. For every operating system, every device.
yeah. Well, no, what's amazing is so it's been going since at least 5 years, building and building and building and building a real world use case as decentralized VPN, which is going to get more, it's going to get more and more important because we don't know how many of the centralized VPNs have been captured by the WEF or will be captured by governments or something, right? And we're still early. We are still early. So, I would recommend people, if you're watching this, do check this out, one of the DVPNs, maybe even try out one of the free ones on your Android or your iOS, because I think the Turkish one works on iOS if you're on iOS. And do look into it and start using a VPN. If you're not already. Anything else?
No, I think we covered everything for this update, and I'm sure that there'll be a lot more happening over the next couple months, so we can reconvene then, and then
Absolutely.
share
Absolutely.
everything again. So yeah, it's always fun to be on here, and I love, I'm so passionate about privacy, because I've had my privacy invaded personally, and it's not fun. It's
No,
not fun at all, and I don't want anybody else to go through anything like that. So I want to do my part in ensuring people's privacy on the internet.
absolutely. But without privacy, we ain't free. If we cannot
Exactly.
withdraw ourselves from the public sphere and hold on to whatever is ours and our sovereignty, then we ain't free. And also something else, without privacy, there's no creativity. Surveillance kills off creativity. Okay, Freqnik, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate you coming back on. And what people won't know is that we had a great conversation before we started recording. And I appreciate the work that you and the teams at Solar Labs and Sentinel and Math Nodes and the other projects are doing. So thank you for coming back on. Anybody who's watching, if you have any comments or questions, put them in the description below. I'll have all the links in the description, but do check these out. And between now and this, actually, I just going to say, if you're not into the Cosmos ecosystem, please check out my playlist, bit.ly/Osmo Passive Income, and I'll have that link. And that'll teach you how to set up a Kepler wallet, how to get some Osmo, how you can trade it for DVPN, which you can then use to pay for one of these decentralized services. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with privacy profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Freqnik signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.